Hello.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you doing
Good.
today?
How are you?
I'm good. My name's Alexander Hugh. It's a pleasure to meet with you.
Thank you. You too.
So to start off this meeting, I just wanted to let you know that I just spoke with Carolyn at a recent networking event. She gave me her business card and was telling me a little bit about AGW. She was able to set up a meeting, so that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, she told me that she talked to you. She's looking forward to how this meeting went.
Awesome. So how was your drive in this morning?
Good. It was really pretty with all the trees finally changing leaves.
I know, I love fall. I think that like the different colors just really kind of like make New England like shine.
Yep, something you can't get everywhere.
No, most definitely. But since we are at limited time, I don't want to waste too much of it. So before we get started, I just want to ask, is it okay if I take notes today?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Awesome. And I just want to ask, is there anyone else who should be here at this meeting with us today?
Yeah, so this meeting, my coworkers are all actually pretty busy today, so it'll just be me.
Okay, well, awesome. So to start off, I just want to go over a quick agenda with you. So we're going to start off by giving you a little bit of information about AGW and the problems that you've been experiencing. From there, I will tell you about the product that I think might be able to help you. And from there, you can ask me questions about it, objections, and I can do my best to alleviate some of those stressors. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, so let's just get right into the problem. So tell me about some of the issues AGW has been experiencing and why we're meeting here today.
Yeah, so we have 6 locations, and we currently are using 3 platforms to communicate, and frankly, they're all pretty old. So it's getting harder to communicate between all of us, and those platforms don't communicate with each other. So it's hard to have that separate. And because of them being old, we recently had a blackout at our headquarters in New York, which resulted in us not being able to communicate with our other offices and us not being able to communicate with our clients, which is pretty detrimental to us.
No, I'm so sorry to hear that you've been experiencing that. That obviously is very detrimental to your clients. You don't want them to be, wavering in their support or like wondering if you guys are able to do the job. So tell me, what happens if this problem isn't resolved? Do you see yourself losing business? Do you see yourself having more problems?
Yeah, so we're currently on a very high profile case that we're working. So if this happens again, I can foresee plenty of problems happening with that and the court cases and our clients. Yeah, I don't see that going well if it happens again.
Okay, and so where do you want to be 6 months from now? Like, where do you see AGW? So you say that, like, if this continues, you're going to experience problems. Definitely sounds like it's something you want to get resolved, pretty urgently. But where do you see yourself in 6 months on a more positive note? Like, where do you want to be?
Yeah, so we're actually looking to expand to more offices, and we really just want to have that unified form of communication between all of us and have no outages.
Well, no, understandably, of course, we don't want any outages. Well, so that is why we are here today, to hopefully resolve some of those problems. But I do want to ask, too, how has this affected your employees? Has morale gone down?
Yes, definitely, because this is their job, and they want to do their job, and they want to do it correctly. So not being able to communicate with their clients is really hard for them, especially when it's during billable hours.
No, most definitely. We certainly don't want your employees to, be feeling like they're not able to do their job, or maybe even giving up interest in doing their job, because we need them to make the world go round.
Exactly.
So I do want to tell you about a product that I think may be able to possibly help you, and that is called Carousel Unite. Would you like to hear a little bit more about that?
Yes.
Okay, so Carousel Unite is a cloud-based system that is Cisco powered. So you were saying that some of your technology is a little old and outdated. I know you guys have a PBX system that probably needs to be taken out and something new put in. So that's what this would do. It would be a cloud-based system, meaning it's a little bit more reliable, it's a little bit faster, as well as if something does happen and it goes down, it's a little bit easier to get that information back to you. Whereas now I imagine that if you lose power or the system goes down, you guys have a little bit of a hard time getting some of that information back, or maybe it's lost forever.
Yes.
Okay, so that's really what Carousel Unite would do. It would be a cloud-based system. It would help you guys have better technology, better connectivity, faster, and overall just improve your performance. So do you have any questions or possible objections that I could help alleviate right now?
Yeah, so we have 3 systems currently. Would this take the place of all 3 of those, or just one? How would that integrate?
Yeah, so that could most definitely take the place of all three systems. It would be this one system that everything would be a part of, which makes it a lot easier for you guys too, because I know that you guys want to consolidate some of your billing. You wouldn't have to pay out to the three different systems. Remember, have we paid them? How much do we owe them this month? It would all just go to Carousel, which would hopefully make it a little bit easier on you.
All right, great, that sounds good. So you mentioned billing and we would only bill you. This sounds like it could be potentially expensive. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so obviously, any new system is gonna cost a little bit of money. So we do have two different option plans though. We have a 3-year plan and a 5-year plan. So the 3-year plan would be a monthly subscription of $6,400 for about $230,000, I think, over the course of the 3 years. And the 5-year plan would be $6,200, which would be about $330,000, I believe, over the 5 years. So obviously a little bit more money if you do the 5-year plan, but you are getting that extended 2 years. And I do want to make you aware that there also is a $167,000 installation fee up front. Obviously we know that is a high number, so we do want to let you know that Carousel is dedicated to working with AGW to also help you guys with this process if need be.
So with that cost, our teams run 24/7. Would you guys be able to support that?
Oh, most definitely. So what we can do is we can offer you a 24/7 support team where if something goes down, your service isn't working at 2 a.m., give us a call and we will send someone out there to make sure that you guys are hopefully up and running by the time business opens that morning. But I do want to go one step further for you. If it comes to the point where you can't get in contact with that support system, I will give you my personal information at the end of this meeting so you can get in contact with me to make sure you're always in contact with someone from Carousel.
All right, that sounds great. As I mentioned before, we are looking on expanding.
Mhm.
This Carousel Unite, would that work with that?
Oh, it would most definitely work with expanding because Carousel is also, looking to possibly go global and expand as well. So we could definitely cover you wherever you need to be if you choose to expand.
Okay, and I just have one more question for you.
Of course, no problem.
Being a law firm and having contact with other law firms, we like to really know how they're doing. Have you had any work with any other law firms with this Carousel Unite?
Yeah, so we have done work with different law firms before. If you would like, I could even get a full list of them for you and give you their contact information. So if you want to call them and personally speak with them about the work that Carousel has done, you can do that.
All right, great. So you mentioned that it would, we have that 24/7 support and that you could offer it to us. Would that be an extra cost?
The 24/7 support, I'm actually not 100% sure about that or what the exact cost would be. Let me go to my higher ups and get that information for you just to make sure that I have it correct.
All right, great.
I will be glad to do that. Do you have any other questions for me today?
No, I think you covered everything pretty well. This sounds great. It sounds like it could be a solution to our problems that we're having.
Well, awesome. So if you don't have any other questions for me, would you like to go ahead and maybe schedule a second meeting? If there's anyone else at the meeting that you would like me to relay this information to, answer their questions, I'd be glad to do that.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, that would be
doing?
great. I'd like to bring my higher up Austin in on a meeting to get his opinion and see what he thinks about everything. So if you could schedule that, that would be great.
Awesome. So yeah, whatever time works for you, we can definitely make sure we meet your schedule because we understand that you're very busy. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and schedule that meeting, we can definitely find a time to.
All right, great. That sounds awesome. I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today. It was a pleasure meeting with you.
Thank you. You too.